questions or motions that need to be taken care of before we begin?
Yes, I'd like to sequester all non-party witnesses.
Okay.
And particularly, I think Mr. Robert Burns is potentially a non-party witness.
Okay.
I could sequester. Anybody else is non-party witness? Jim and Ann.
Mr. Bankson, do you have any opposition to that? No. All right, then, we'd like all people who are non-party witnesses to be out in the hall.
I'm going to state that I did speak with an attorney about the very possibility of this. I was not subpoenaed. I'm here strictly in the capacity to observe this. So I don't think the board has the grounds, neither did he, for this.
You're not a subpoenaed witness, but
We asked for an in-stand subpoena.
What's that?
An instant subpoena, which means they can call you at any time. What does that mean?
Yes.
okay, we'll grant that request. If you want to hand your video camera over to somebody else, we'll take it, but when all non-party witnesses step in the hall, we'll have the officer retrieve you as you're called for testimony. Any other attorney questions? Okay, thank you. You can step down.
Thank you. Robert Burns. Robert Burns.
Did you give Mr. Burns off?
He's left, that.
He's not here.
He's not here, he left.
He left. He was under subpoena.
I don't think he had a subpoena.
Oh, you did?
Well, you have to take that up with him.
I'll get it back on.
Indications.
Ms.
Hunter,
Yes.
for clarification, what does it mean when a witness leaves when he's under subpoena? I have no idea.
Well, he's failed to comply with the subpoena. I think under the Administrative Procedure Act, you have to have the 19th JDC enforce that. There's nothing we can do today. If it prejudices your case significantly, then that's another issue.
I think with regard to the board, anyway, as far as I'm concerned, I think we have enough to adjudicate this matter today, rather than holding it open for the litigants. I don't think it's
Yeah,
fair to the litigants.
I would ask that we not hold it open, but I would ask that the board give us authority to seek whatever authority we can.
I would so move.
Is there a second on that motion?
So moved.
Any discussion? Any
Was
discussion
that
on
Mr.
the?
Mack?
Mr. Mack has no motion.
Is there any discussion on the motion to allow Mr. Bankson to seek remedies for his
No, we
failure?
all moved that he should do
All
that.
right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, you have that authority.
Did you call Mr. Holt for the purpose of trying to hurt Mr. Buhler?
I have answered that question, I think, about 5 times now, and I'm going to answer it again. I called him for getting this telephone number that is on with Stickle Man.
Reference to Mr. Holt, what was Ms. Wilkes involved in all of this?
You will have to ask her.
Well, she called you, or Ms. Wilkes asked Ms. Fasula to call you, or how did that come about?
Ms. Wilkes volunteered her efforts to assist with filing of any bond on behalf of Mr. Solo.
Bond on behalf of
I'm
Ms.
sorry, correct that. Filing a claim against the bond. She also referred her to Ms. Williams, whom I'm told by Ms. Wilkes that she walked through the whole process of filing the bond.
You know how you were present on March 26, 2013, when the board had its administrative adjudicatory hearing, correct?
That is correct.
And you were in the room and present when the hearing officer issued an instant subpoena for you to testify at that meeting.
She issued an oral instantia subpoena, and I was present.
And you left.
I sure did.
And can you explain to the board why you left?
Because the board did not follow the proper procedure for issuing the subpoena. There was well over 60 days available that Mr. Brantley could have made an oral request of you, and you properly served me just as you did on May the 7th, which is why I am here. In my humble opinion, Ms. Hunter had no authority to issue the subpoena. The board can do that. There was not even a vote taken, and Mr. McMillan gave the impression that there was this written subpoena. I've yet to see a document where I'm subpoenaed.
So it's your legal opinion.
It is my
Your
opinion.
legal opinion that Ms. Hunter did not have the legal authority to issue the subpoena.
I think it's going to be an interesting point of contention, yes.
And Is there a reason why you didn't want to testify that day? You know, you're here every day, you're here at every meeting, you're here at every instance. Why were you not willing to testify that day?
You are not going to randomly pluck me out of the audience and say, you're now going to testify. If the episode repeats itself, I will repeat the performance. If you want me to testify, issue the subpoena, and I will be here.
You're here every time we have a meeting. So it's your decision when you want to.
No, sir. There are legal procedures to be followed. This board, it takes all of about 3 minutes. Ms. Dow's standard form, you just change the name, you spit out the date. It's not as if this thing was thrown together in 2 minutes' time. This board had ample opportunity to have issued such a written subpoena. It failed to do so. I'm going on the assumption Mr. Brantley did not make a request for this board to do so. If he did and the board failed to acknowledge his request, then that would be on them. But you are not going to pluck me out of the audience and just say, here, have a seat. We're going to start asking you questions.
And let me ask you this.